welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I'm Sam.
Today we're reading an article called Understanding Padel, a fast-growing global sport.
Understanding paddle. Paddle.
Paddle.
That's a sport?
Like paddling a boat? No, not quite like that, I think.
That would probably be rowing, wouldn't that be rowing?
I think I've heard of paddle.
Okay.
Okay, so paddle, I think, is a racket sport.
So like pickleball.
Like pickleball. So you've heard of pickleball.
I've heard of pickleball.
Right.
Pickleball is really popular in America right now. And you do have a paddle and you hit a ball.
Well, I think paddle also has a paddle. And
but it's not pickleball.
It's not pickleball, it's not tennis, it's not squash. It's a different sport altogether, and it is fast-growing and global.
Okay, well,
that's what
fast-growing and global. Apparently, I'm not very up with the times, and apparently I'm not very global because I have not actually heard of this sport at all. And when I was looking at the article before this, I was pretty sure they were talking about either racquetball or pickleball. And then as I got further in, I was like, wait, it's not that. I actually don't know this sport at all. And I'm excited to kind of learn more about it and see, because I always like to try new sports. I think that's very fun.
Okay, well, maybe you'll have the opportunity soon once we learn about some of the rules and some of the ways that people play and also the history of this fast-growing sport in today's article.
Have you ever heard of paddle? It looks a little like tennis, but the court is smaller and has glass walls. Players can let the ball bounce off the walls to keep it in play. Paddle is a fun and exciting game and is quickly taking over the world. Paddle was invented in Mexico in 1969 by Enrique Corcuera. He wanted to play tennis at home but did not have enough space. So he built a smaller court with walls around it, and a new sport was born. From Mexico, the game spread to Spain and Argentina and became very popular.
Okay, so we are looking at our article today, and it is called Understanding Paddle, a fast-growing global sport. So we have this word global in our title, and this is an adjective that means something that is around the whole world. It's not only found in one country or one area of the world, it is seen in many, many places. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be in every single place, because maybe there are some areas of the world that don't know about this sport yet. But in general, it is well known, it is spreading, it is moving, it is turning into a global sport. So our example sentence says, the World Cup is a major global event. So when the World Cup happens, many people from all over the world care about it, watch it, go to it, support their favorite team. So it is a global event.
All right, let's begin our article. Have you ever heard of paddle?
Nope.
It looks a little like tennis, but the court is smaller and has glass walls.
The court has glass walls? Okay, this is very interesting already. So continuing on, it says, players can let the ball bounce off the walls to keep it in play. Paddle is a fun and exciting game and is quickly taking over the world. There are glass walls around the whole court, and you can bounce the ball off of it.
Yeah, that seems like it's harder to take up as a sport because you need a special court for it. So I can't just go to the park with my friends and play paddle. I'll have to find a specific paddle court.
Interesting.
All right, well, let's go to Henny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这2天的课程是要介绍一种快速崛起的全球运动，叫做 Padel 配斗球。它看起来有点像网球，但是场地比较小，而且呢有玻璃墙，球员可以让球打到墙上再反弹，让球继续保持在场内。好，单字 global 它是形容全球的、全世界的。那这边有一个重点是 let 加受词加原形动词是表达让允许怎么样。实义动词 let 它表示让允许，那么三态同形。注意这样的句型是没有被动用法的哦。例如 He didn't let anyone know about his decision. 他没有让任何人知道他的决定。那接华课文中
Okay, let's get back to the article. Paddle was invented in Mexico in 1969 by Enrique Corcuera. So he invented this sport. So it wasn't a sport before, and he has invented it. So to invent something means to make or create something for the first time, something that was not a thing before, it didn't exist, and now it is a thing. That means that you have invented something. So Enrique thought of this sport and made this sport a new thing. It was his idea, so he invented paddle. An example sentence, the television was first invented in the 1920s.
Yes, and so we continue on and we see that it says he wanted to play tennis at home. So actually he didn't really want to do this. He wanted to play tennis, but did not have enough space. So he built a smaller court with walls around it, and a new sport was born. So he wanted to play tennis, didn't have enough space, so decided like, okay, if I put a smaller court and some walls, that could maybe be about the same as tennis. And then it turned into a whole new sport.
I guess so. From Mexico, the game spread to Spain and Argentina and became very popular. All right, so maybe that's why you haven't heard of it. It wasn't
very possible.
It first became popular in, well, these Spanish-speaking countries, and I guess not so much in North America, at least not until much later. All right, let's check in with Annie.
配斗球是在1969年由安利奎科奎拉在墨西哥发明的。他想要在家打网球，可是空间不够，于是打造一个比较小而且四周都有墙的球场。那一项新的运动就这样诞生了。这项运动从墨西哥传播到西班牙还有阿根廷，在当地大受欢迎。好，那么单字 invent 动词它表示发明、创造，像创造出全新事物。那我们接着华课文中。
All right, so we are learning a little bit about this sport that maybe you have never heard of, like me, I've never heard of it before, but we are going to find out a little bit more right after this break.
Although paddle and tennis appear similar, they are quite different. A paddle court is about 1/3 the size of a tennis court. The racket is solid with small holes, while a tennis racket has strings. The serve is different too. In tennis, you hit the ball over your head, but in paddle, you must hit it below your waist. One thing both games have in common, though, is their scoring system.
Okay, we are back, so let's continue learning about paddle. Although paddle and tennis appear similar, they are quite different.
Well, yes, tennis doesn't have giant walls that you can bounce the ball off of, I would say. So continuing on, it says, a paddle court is about 1/3 the size of a tennis court. The racket is solid with small holes, while a tennis racket has strings. Okay, so a tennis racket, you've probably seen it. It's got strings on it, but this paddle or racket is solid. Now here we have this word solid. Solid is actually a state of matter. We can say that something is a liquid like water. We can say something is a gas like steam or smoke. And then we can say something is a solid like basically everything else that you can touch and has a physical form that doesn't change. But when we use it here as an adjective to say that the paddle is solid, well, of course it's solid. All of the paddles are solid. The ball is solid. Everything is solid. So when we use it in this way, we are meaning that the paddle is pretty hard. It doesn't really bend any bit. It's not really got any kind of flexibility. It's just pretty, hard and a solid wood. So our example sentence says, the table is made of solid wood. Again, the table is a solid because you have to be able to put stuff on it. But if it's solid wood, it's really hard, dense, heavy wood that if you tried to pick up, you would be like, oh my gosh, this table is so heavy. So that's kind of the difference between using this solid as an adjective in this way versus a scientific way.
All right, well, let's go to Hanny.
配斗球和网球看起来很像，可是两者相当不同。配斗球场大小大约是网球场的1/3，那配斗球拍是实心的拍面，还带有小孔，而网球拍则是用网线来编成的。好，单字 solid， 它可以形容是实心的，也可以形容牢固的、坚固的。那这边有一个重点是分数的说法。我们用英文来表达分数时，分子在前，用基数 1, 2, 3等等去表达。那么分母在后是用序数 third, fourth, fifth 等等去表达，所以如果像1/3就要说 1/3。再来，当分子是2以上的时候呢，分母要加上 s， 像2/3要说 2/3， 这个 third 有加 s， 还有呢3/5要说 3/5。好，然后我们在表达几分之几的某人事物时，它的用法会是分数加上 of 加名词。例如 2/3 of the students passed the math test。2/3的学生通过了数学测验。我们也补充一下 be the size of 加名词是表达跟什么一样大。那么 the size 前面还可以加上倍数来表达是什么什么的几倍大。例如 their old house is about 1/3 the size of their new one。 他们的旧房子大约是新房子的1/3大。好，那这句话课文中。
Okay, we are back. So just before this, we talked about how paddle is different from tennis because the size of the court is different and also the racket is also very different. The serve is different too. In tennis, you hit the ball over your head, but in paddle, you must hit it below your waist. Okay, yeah, so as you may have seen if you've watched any tennis, most of the professionals will serve by throwing the ball up in the air and hitting it over their head. But in paddle, you have to hit it below your waist. So your waist is the part where the sort of the top of your body connects with the lower part of your body. It's the part around your hips, just below your belly button. So if you are wearing pants, usually the top of your pants will be around your waist, or a belt goes around your waist. An example sentence, Angela thinks her new skirt fits well at the waist.
Okay, so one thing though that we are going to look at is that there are still some similarities between the two. So it says, one thing both games have in common though is their scoring system. So if you're familiar with tennis, it kind of has a weird scoring system. You don't go jump straight from like 1 to 2 to 3. It's 0 to 15 to 30 to 40 to love and
why would they keep that?
It's weird.
I don't even understand the tennis scoring system. I don't know why they would keep it.
Of all the things that, like, it's so different from tennis, but of all the things to keep, let's keep the complicated scoring system. So anyway, this word score here, we have the word that is being defined as the verb. If you score, it means you've done something in a game to actually get a point for your team or for yourself. So you have gone from whatever you were at, you've created, you've scored a goal, you scored a basket, you scored a point. In whatever way your number went up as far as the scores of your game. Now, in the actual sentence, it says the scoring system, so it's being used as an adjective, saying the way that they keep score or the way that the game kind of checks who is winning, who is losing. That would be called the scoring system. Now, an example sentence is, Isaac's team scored 2 goals in the game. Hopefully that was enough to win, but maybe they scored 2 goals and the other team scored 10. Then that wouldn't be good.
That wouldn't be great. All right, let's go to Hanny.
好，再来看发球方式。网球是从头的上方来击球，但是配斗球击球的时候必须在腰部以下。那这两种运动其实是有一个共同点的，那就是计分制度。好，单字 waist 名词它表示腰部 ，score 当动词可以表达计分、得分。它文中用到 scoring system 来指计分制度，这时候呢 scoring 就是用现在分词来当形容词去形容计分的。这边还有一个重点是 one thing that 主词加动词 is 名词。 这是表达说什么什么的一件事是怎么样。这里的 one thing 它是先行词，那后方关系子句 that 主词加动词就是用来修饰这个 one thing。那 one thing 是单数嘛，所以动词就要用单数 is， 而 is 后面你可以接名词或名词片语。举例来说 ，one thing that she lacks is confidence。她缺乏的一样东西就是自信。好，接回到课文中。
Okay, thank you, Hanny. So now we know a little bit about paddle. Now you know what the sport is, but there's still a lot more to learn about this exciting new sport, and we're going to see more about it tomorrow.
Have you ever heard of paddle? It looks a little like tennis, but the court is smaller and has glass walls. Players can let the ball bounce off the walls to keep it in play. Paddle is a fun and exciting game and is quickly taking over the world. Paddle was invented in Mexico in 1969 by Enrique Corcuera. He wanted to play tennis at home but did not have enough space, so he built a smaller court with walls around it, and a new sport was born. From Mexico, the game spread to Spain and Argentina and became very popular. Although paddle and tennis appear similar, they are quite different. A paddle court is about 1/3 the size of a tennis court. The racket is solid with small holes, while a tennis racket has strings. The serve is different too. In tennis, you hit the ball over your head, but in paddle, you must hit it below your waist. One thing both games have in common, though, is their scoring system.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 global 是形容全球的、全世界的 ，invent 动词表示发明、创造，像创造全新事物 ，solid 是形容实心的、牢固的、坚固的 ，waist 名词表示腰部 ，score 当动词表示计分、得分。文法的部分，第一个学到 let 加受词加原形动词是表达让怎么样、允许点点点。第二个学到分数说法，我们用英文表示分数时，分子在前用基数，分母在后用序数，然后要表达几分之几的某人事物，就会用分数 of 加名词。再来我们学到 one thing that 主词加动词 is 加名词，这是表达什么什么的一件事是什么什么。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
The word Shiyakusho is a Japanese term that means city hall or municipal office. In Taichung, there is a place called Taichung Shiyakusho, a heritage building that aims to promote cultural education as well as innovation. Let's take a closer look at this interesting location. Built in 1911 during the Japanese colonial period, Taichung Shiyakusho was designed in a Baroque-inspired style. The building is known for its relaxing ambience, historic charm, and blend of architectural styles. The first floor houses a cafe serving drinks and desserts. The space is cozy and artistic, with books and magazines to browse while you eat. The second floor offers a venue for small wedding receptions, family banquets, and group dining. At Taichung Shiyakusho, visitors can leisurely enjoy a meal while soaking in the romantic atmosphere of this historic building. This cleverly redesigned historical building mixes the old with the new. The Baroque style is known for its emotional expression and dramatic flair, and it reached its peak in Europe from the early 17th to the mid-18th century. It's not very common to see Baroque-style buildings in Taiwan, so if you're a fan of this architectural style, you should definitely visit Taichung Shiyakusho next time you're in the city.